Well, Happy New Year, beloveds. It is January 1st, 2021. And it has dawned cold and clear here. I checked my weather app, and my weather app said that it was 40 degrees with a feels like of 34. And because my husband had today off, we decided to turn the alarms off and sleep in, and we will go to the park later because, that's what you do when you can. You take the opportunity to sleep in when you can. Somewhere I read that there's a tradition on New Year's Day that you should do all of the things that you want to do for the rest of the year. So sleep in a little bit, have a good dreams. I may try and squeeze in a nap. I will definitely snuggle with my cats, read a little bit, listen to a little music, and I do have one project. I intend to clean one of my kitchen counters off. It's gotten a little sticky, and every time I touch it, and it's because there's a collagen bottle that leaks on it, because, it's a syrup. So, do the things that you want to do for the rest of the year. Do the things that you enjoy for the rest of the year. The one thing that we are not going to do this year is meet with a whole bunch of people. Or New Year's Day, or meet with a whole bunch of people, because we want to be able to do that for the rest of the year. So, we can meet with them electronically, though. Call each other and say, Happy New Year! Welcome to 2021. Let's make it a good year. So, that's where I'm at this morning. And like I said, since I started the 365 in mid-March, I'm going to go ahead and get to mid-March in the 365, especially since I bought a new book on the advice of practitioner John Rennie and have promptly misplaced it. Now, if you know me, you know I have literally books in every room in my house, which is why I have set it down and I'm not quite sure where it is. I thought I knew where it was. Turns out it was a different Ernest Holmes book. So, I have until mid-March to find it, though. So, the benefit, the beautiful thing about the 365 Science of Mind, it is a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. I know people who read it every day and have for years. It's part of their spiritual practice. So there's no reason not to, especially if you're having one of those days, it's like crack it open, look that day up, read that day. Especially when he's got you the little affirmations in it. Something to carry with you for the day. Yeah. All right, so let's get into this. Because January is beginnings. It makes sense, right? New arts, new sciences, new philosophies, better government, and a higher civilization wait on our thoughts. The infinite energy of life and the possibility of our future evolution work through our imagination and will. The time is ready, the place is where we are now, and it is done unto all as they really believe and act. Ernest Holmes. When I dipped into the future, far as human eye could see, saw the vision of the world and all the wonder that would be. And that is Alfred Lord Tennyson. Divinity is in its omniscience and omnipotence, like a wheel, a circle, a whole that can neither be understood nor divided nor begun nor ended. And that is Hildegard of Bingen. Are you in earnest? Then seize this very minute. When you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power and magic in it. Only engage, then the mind grows heated. Begin, and then the work will be completed. Goethe. I'm sure that's not how that's pronounced. Okay. So, January 1st, New Year's Day, I enter into a newness of life. And the quote is, I create new heavens and a new earth. And that is from Isaiah 65:17. We have been given the ability to initiate a new chain of causation. There is but one mind, and we use it. The laws of nature are universal, but our use of them is individual and personal. Our thought is operated on by a universal creativity that is infinite in its capacity to accomplish. Thus, in taking thought, we do not force anything. We merely decide what thought to follow, knowing that the result is automatic. Spirit is forever unfolding its own nature. In the physical universe, it does so independently of our thought. In our personal lives, it must do its renewing activity through our thinking. To the degree that our thinking accords with the original nature, the same harmony will operate in our affairs that already operates in the larger world that we experience but neither create nor control. Everything is continually being recreated. Spirit is forever making all things new. Today is the day to prove to ourselves that it knows how to bring the right things to pass for us. Let us confidently affirm the divine presence and actually believe that it is guiding us as we consciously bring a problem we are facing into our thought, not as a problem, but as though we were receiving the answer, saying, I believe that divine intelligence, which is the mind of God, is guiding, guarding, and directing my thoughts and actions. I believe that God already knows the answer to this particular problem. Therefore, I am letting go of the problem, and I am listening to the answer as though it were sure. The answer to this problem exists in the mind of God and is revealed to my mind now. Something in me does know what to do. I joyfully accept its guidance. I am open to new ideas, new hopes, new aspirations. This, which so recently seemed a problem, no longer exists, for the mind of God, which knows the answer, is quietly flowing through my thought and feeling. Great peace and joy come over me as I accept this answer from the giver of all life. Well, that's January 1st. And he didn't start us off gently. He jumped right into it. And that's exactly how we want to start the new year. We don't want to start off thinking about problems. We want to start off thinking solutions. So whatever it is that we are facing, we're not focused on the problems. We're focused on the answers. We're focused on the solutions. We're focused on this is what we do. This is how we do it. And we take heart in the way Spirit works in nature. Because he said it. It's like we don't control how Spirit operates in nature. We don't control how Spirit grows trees or how Spirit moves comets around in the universe. We have nothing to do with that. But we do observe that spirit works according to rules. That there is a progression. If we plant a tomato seed, we get a tomato, not a pomegranate. So that is one of the things that when we take it into our own thinking, it's like in our own personal affairs, we do have control over that through our thinking. But we take heart in that nature follows the rules. Nature is going to bring us what we think about. So that's why towards the end, he's like, let spirit guide and guard your thinking. If you want flowers, plant flowers and weed out anything that doesn't look like a flower. All right. I enter into a newness of life. And Isaiah is like, I create new heavens and a new earth. And he does that every single day of when he opens his eyes. Isaiah. If you actually look at quantum physics, that's exactly what quantum physics thinks, is that the world is created anew every second. We have been given the ability to initiate a new chain of causation simply by changing our mind and doing something else. There is but one mind and we use it. The laws of of nature are universal, but our use of them is individual and personal. So there are rules, and we have the right to use that law within those rules. Our thought is operated upon by a universal creativity that is infinite in its capacity to accomplish. Meaning, dream as big as you want. All things are possible. Thus, in taking thought, we do not force anything. We merely decide what thought to follow. And that's a big one, because we're human. We have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of thoughts flowing through our mind at any minute. Which ones are we following? Which rabbit hole are we chasing down? And if you have gotten to a point in your rabbit hole that you are like, I am not happy, you are allowed to change rabbit holes. That is your grace. Okay, so thus in taking thought, we do not force anything, but we merely decide what thought to follow, knowing that the result is automatic, as long as we continue to follow the thought. The spirit is forever unfolding its own nature. In the physical universe, it does so independently of our thought. In our personal lives, it must do its renewing activity through our thinking. That's part of where what God can only do for you, what God can do through you. It's like if you look around in the natural world, spirit is unfolding constantly, and we don't have to do anything. Now we choose to. We choose to by the decisions we make in our personal environment. But when it comes to us, it's up to us to make that choice. Because spirit will do through us. Okay, to the degree that our thinking accords with the original nature, the same harmony will operate in our affairs that already operates in the larger world that we experience but neither create nor control. So, and since we've been through a bit of this, what is the harmony of nature? Creation, peace, love, joy, harmony. So when we follow our thoughts and we operate within that nature, within those parameters, then spirit will do anything for us. When we get outside of those parameters, then spirit is going to try and accomplish what we want, but the possibility is it'll come out sideways. Ask yourself, when I have created in love, what has been the result? And when I have created in anger, what has been the result? Not that you can't use anger, but you don't want to create from anger. And you can use anger to create works of love. That's what justice can be about. It's like, I am angry about this situation and I am going to change this situation because I love the people in it. So my end goal is love. But anger has pushed me to see the situation is not okay, if that makes sense. Okay. Everything is continually being recreated. Spirit is forever making all things new. That's quantum physics. Today is the time to prove to ourselves that it knows how to bring the right things to pass for us. Every day is the right day. But hey, New Year's Day, it's new. We have the impetus to make it good because it's new. Let us confidently affirm the divine presence and actually believe that it is guiding us as we consciously bring a problem we are facing into our thought, not as a problem, but as though we were receiving the answer, saying, and he gets into the treatment next. So it's like, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. Because that's where we want our energy going. We don't want our energy going to the problem. We want our energy going to the solution. So focus on the solution. So his treatment, I believe that the divine intelligence, which is the mind of God, is guiding, guarding, and directing my thoughts and action. I believe that God already knows the answer to this particular problem. Therefore, I am letting go of the problem and I am listening to the answer as though it were sure. I believe that God already knows the answer to this particular problem, all problems. Therefore, I am letting go of the problem and I am listening to the answer as though it were sure. One of my prayer partners actually says, I don't know the answer, but I know something that does. I've heard Reverend Jesse say that. She was trained by him, so that and that's where we get it from, right there. It's like, I don't know the answer, but I know something that does, and let's go there. And we focus on the answer, not on the problem. The answer to this problem exists in the mind of God, and it is revealed to my mind now. The answer to this problem exists in the mind of God. Something in me does know what to do. I joyfully accept its guidance. I am open to new ideas, new hopes, new aspirations. I mean, that would be a good way to start your year. Your mantra for the year. I am open to new ideas, new hopes, and new aspirations. This, which so recently seemed a problem, no longer exists. For the mind of God, which knows the answer, is quietly flowing through my mind, through my thought and feeling. Great peace and joy overcome me as I accept this answer from the giver of all life. All right, beloveds. So our mantra, our mission, our mantra today. I don't know. I kind of think I think I'm gonna go with our mantra today. Our mantra for the new year. I am open to new ideas, new hopes, and new aspirations. And we will go back to missions tomorrow, but it is New Year's Day. I encourage you, as I always do, to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Today especially, because today is the day you want to do for yourself what you want to do for yourself for the rest of the year. Loving, kind, compassionate. The more loving, the more kind, the more compassionate you are with yourself, the more loving, kind, and compassionate you will have for the rest of the world. It starts with one, because that's all there is one. You are an individualized center within that one. And you are a beloved child of Spirit, in whom Spirit is well pleased. You are a godling. And you live in that state of grace because there is nothing outside of Spirit. Nothing. So, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to blow in. Allow those new hopes, those new aspirations, those new dreams, those new ideas to flow through you, to make 2021 a good year. All right, beloveds. Do what you need to do to make it a wonderful day, to make it a fantastic day. Get some rest. Get some activity. Engage your mind and your body. And know that we are with you. All right, beloveds. My power just went out, so I'm going to get off this just in case. Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. and I will be back with you at 9 a.m. Have a wonderful day, beloveds.